you said that you don't think you're at a disadvantage being at a D3 school, getting work in compared to Division One. I played baseball here my first 2 years, and one of my questions was, it's like, in my opinion, you're at a significant disadvantage. We had at WashU, we had something called the swing space. It's a racquetball court. That's how big that thing is. You don't have a full length cage. You don't really have a machine. You can't really put a machine in the swing space, and it's not going to be normal length. And so your reps are significantly limited. If you want to get ground balls, there's no coach on duty to go hit you ground balls. You have to get a student to do that with you. And WashU is one of the toughest academic schools in the entire country. So kids are busy. They're not prioritizing baseball. I want to understand what your work ethic was like in college, how you made time with it. Did you do it solo? Did you bring kids along? And how did you maximize this? Because it's not easy.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a gritty setup, which is kind of right up my alley. It's like you said, it's a racquetball court, and it's a lot nicer now than it was when I was there. They got the hit track set up and turfed out with the mats on the edges. But I mean, to kind of put into perspective, we'd have our morning lifts at 6 a.m. For hour and a half. Right after that, I was in the swing space every day, hitting off the tee. This was my freshman year. I'm hitting off the tee, able to kind of get a teammate or two to come along once in a while. But most of the time, I'm just hitting off the tee. And then I got these trainer mitts. I'm basically just peppering balls off the wall and catching short hops. I'm doing that for hours, up until I have class. So basically what I meant by saying that I felt like I was able to develop the same is that at the end of the day, no matter where you are, what path you choose, it's on you. It's your career. You have to take accountability. And I knew that early on. D3, you only get 15, 16 team practices as it is. Mm-hmm. And those are for the team. Like you're getting your chemistry down with your teammates. You're getting your plays down, first, third, all that good stuff on defense. The time away was where I was really going to be able to try to separate myself, not just at the D3 level, but I'm competing with everyone in the country if I'm trying to, get looks for the draft. So that's kind of the mindset I took. And yeah, I'm, getting two sessions a day outside of just our team practice, trying to get that work in. And then sophomore year, we really came around as a program, I think. And my class had a ton of really, really hard workers. I think my freshman year is really just me and my roommate. We're getting after it. And then we kind of got, 3, 4, 5 guys in our class to really step up and put a lot of work in outside of just practice, because that's what it took. We ended up being one of the top teams in the country really every year I was there, but made a run at the World Series junior year. And it's because we were putting in more work off the field, 100%. Like that's why we were able to kind of make that run. So yeah, I was a D3 school, but I also had guys around me who took baseball really seriously. And that's also a super unique experience that I got to have at the D3 level that probably not a lot of other D3 teams are doing. I still talk to those guys every day. Like they're tapped into my career as if they're still playing, so definitely had a good culture. Once my sophomore year came around, we had a lot of guys putting in that work.
So I wonder, because the culture part, it's huge. And I've got to feel that you being there was something about you that brought everybody together and like wanted to work and get better. Because I don't think that was there when I was there my first 2 years. Like we struggled a little bit. We were not as good as you guys. I think we were missing that person figure that brought everybody together. What do you think you had that drew everybody to you? Were you doing it on purpose? Was it strategy? Was there leadership to it? Or were you just a guy that just loved the game and you wanted to get work in and you think people respect that and joined you?
It's just passion, man. Passion for the game. That's what's gotten me to this point. That's what I think helped us a lot at Wash U is it's people feed off of it, you know? And I had a good understanding of, you know, where I was at, what my goals were in baseball, and I understood where I was at and other people's goals. And I understood that just because there's guys who want to be doctors and lawyers and accountants on our team, you know, I think they still bought in. Like they bought into me and the program and what we're trying to do as a team. And I think having a guy like myself who, and again, there's other really good upperclassmen that paved the way for the program too. It is a completely a collective effort, but having, you know, guys on your team that, yeah, they're gonna do the school thing. They care a lot about that, but they're baseball players first, and that's who Coach Bloom wants to get on the team. I was fully I went to Wash U to play baseball.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of guys can say that, you know, quite frankly. I mean, we talked about the plan B, like school was plan B. I was there to play baseball, and I think other guys really fed off that.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Somewhere on the screen should direct you to somewhere else in our channel. But as always, believe foolishly.